Okay, Reeble, that is a 2004 Starwood 30-foot. It's got a 12-foot slide out in the living room. So we started out in a 36-foot Pace Arrow, 99 Class A. Got off a retired couple, had 34,000 miles on it. Was like, wow, brand new. Got it for ridiculously cheap. And then my boss, Robert, he wanted to sell that, so I pulled that for $5,000. It's like brand new inside. Everything works. And then you just go along, I take care of that yard and that one, not the mobile homes, just the rental spaces. To a chorus of, damn, you work too hard. I don't really work that hard, it's just constant, and you're moving, Nothing's really that heavy. I got a bid in to whack that tree and that tree, and well, you can't see them from here. There's 5 more. I had a quasi-logging business with my father for a couple of years, but turned into just making firewood because it was super easy to take the downer wood from the yearly snowfall along this 24-mile dirt road and just throw it in the 20-foot trailer, get it up to the site there and hack it into bolts and split it, and you could goof off for 5 days and come home with 5 cords of firewood that had been sold while you were gone by your wife and your dad, and get home Friday night and Saturday morning and go out and get $400 a cord for it. That's $2,000. I mean, it only cost $300 in fuel and food for the week, so I did that for just over a year. I had the little local outlet stores and stuff. We had our brand on it. My dad called it, we were Bar O, Mining and Timber Company, as in borrow. But yeah, I do it. I work here because I just have this tremendous amount of freedom to do whatever I want. Nobody supervises me. Just keep the edges straight, the lawn's green, and I painted that building last year for a couple grand. They just let me go to town on it. They picked the colors, but this was an old-ass, funky 1946 gray, junk-looking building. Painted all the play yard for the kids back a year ago, 2 years ago. In all these Ronald McDonald colors, and blue and yellow and green and red. But it's mostly older folks. It's going good. How you doing?
Okay.
How's that hand?
Getting better.
Yeah?
It's starting to improve a lot now.
Right on.
Getting better.
Right on. Yeah, I'm just going down the main drag. I'm going to my friend Mark's house to play some guitars, but there's the mountains back there. We live right off the Wasatch Front. It's about 5 miles to the road to go start moving upward. But they don't have a lot of roads on this side, because it's just hella steep and there ain't shit up there. Oh, my new friend, his family showed up today. Right on. He just had that hot shotted in here about a week ago. He's here with a crew from Oklahoma working on a oil refinery out here. He'll be here till November. It's just kind of a neat place. It's kind of a neat place. I never imagined I would ever live in a mobile home park, much less work in one. But I was always too proud for that. I once ran a $50 million company, Precision Cabinets and Trim in Brentwood, California. Quite the egotistical piece of shit that I was. But they definitely here in Utah have these 4 seasons. So yeah, I do this just so I can play around in the snow, because I have an absolute blast. We got 2 3 actually. A little 4-wheeler one a golf cart one that we had a custom blade made for it. It's a big old gigantic snow blade on a golf cart, which I use about 90% of the time. And then an old 76 F-250 with a standard plow on it, but it's hard to put snow anywhere in here when there's snow because it's just kind of tight packed. But I lived in California for up until March 2017. I had never lived anywhere else in the Bay Area. Brentwood, California, right on the Delta. But we just do so many oddball things in here. But it's neat. It's just another experience I'm having that I never knew I would, that never was on my senior program for what I'd like to be when I grow up. But the people here are just really nice. And
Howdy.
hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Towards you right.
Hey, your lawns are looking good. They're almost as good as mine.
Oh, yours is probably looking way better. Come on, you're bragging, aren't you?
No, yours look every bit of you. You got your dandelions killed. I got my dandelions killed. You got them green. I got them green. We're doing good.
You know, I told you